What is up, guys? Welcome back to AI on Crypto, your one-stop shop for Web3 gaming. Today, we're talking about Pixels Online. Pixels Online has just released the next phase of their roadmap, Chapter 2. And believe me, there are a lot of changes. It feels like I'm learning Pixels Online for the first time. To be honest with you, there are so many changes. Now, the game has the same great feel that we've all come to know and love from the #1 Web3 game right now, but there are a ton of changes to the meta, to the gameplay. We're going to try to summarize a lot of these changes on this video here today. So it's going to be a quick one. I'm not going to do a full hour-long tutorial on Chapter 2 because that's literally how long it would probably take to go over every change. So we're just going to get to the meat and potatoes of what you can expect to find with the Chapter 2 changes. What it means if you're just a spec owner, a free-to-play player with a spec, or if you're an NFT landowner. So get ready. We're going to do this Chapter 2 Pixels Online video right now. This is AI on Crypto, the place you need to go for everything crypto gaming as we approach the bull market. If you want to have some gaming projects in your portfolio, or if you're just curious to learn what's going on in the crypto gaming space, this is a channel for you. So as I said in the intro, today we're covering the Pixels Online Chapter 2 release, which is live now. So Chapter 1 is in the rearview mirror, and we are looking forward to Chapter 2 and beyond. So if you look at my background right now, you can see one of my worlds, NFT Land 1694. And if you're familiar with what's been going on in Pixels, you're going to notice some changes right out of the gate. We've got the old school Tier 1 mines. These kind of copper colored larger mines are Tier 2 mines. We got two different types of trees. We got a metalworking station and two woodworking stations as well. So very obvious changes right out of the gate is that you can have a lot more industries on your lands right now. Now, I don't have a spec to show you because I've got 5 NFT lands. I've never made a spec for myself, but if you are a spec owner, there's going to be a lot of changes with specs as well. You can actually now put trees, soil, Tier 1 and Tier 2 industries, depending on the level of your spec, in however much quantity can literally fit on the map. There are ways to upgrade your spec. If you click on the kind of the front fence posts of your spec, you're going to see right away your options for upgrading your spec. Now, these spec upgrades have actually concerned a lot of NFT landowners because now the free-to-play players have a lot more resources to do farming, mining, woodworking on their own. So a lot of people are wondering, well, what's the value in having an NFT land? The true value in having an NFT land right now, in my opinion, is when you can get to Tier 3 and Tier 4 abilities, because the highest you can go on a spec right now is Tier 2. And if you've listened to the founder, Luke, a lot of the pixel task rewards that is going to earn you pixel coin is going to come from Tier 3 and Tier 4 resources. So only NFT lands are going to have the ability to have Tier 3 and Tier 4 industry. So that's really what I'm trying to do with my lands right now. If you look at a lot of people's land, they're loading it up with Tier 2 trees, Tier 2 mines, Tier 2 woodworking and metal. I'm just trying to level up right now. I'm not at a high enough level to engage in Tier 2. Never mind Tier 3 and Tier 4. So what I'm doing is I'm grinding. I'm trying to get my mining skills up, my forestry skills up. And what I want to do with my lands is basically stack it with Tier 3 and Tier 4 as soon as I'm able to craft those industries. No longer are we in the system where you go to the Ministry of Innovation for blueprints. You can now craft everything you need. You just have to be at a high enough level. So I don't want to take up all my land spaces with Tier 1 and Tier 2. I want to wait until I can get Tier 3, Tier 4, and that's when I'm going to load up my lands with all of that stuff, because that's what's going to attract the free-to-play players that are at the high enough level. Then I'm going to have a lot of activity in my lands, or so I theorize. Now, before we go any further, I want to take you to Twitter. Now, shout out to Bitamon Gaming. This guy's got some great resources on his Twitter feed. So I suggest if you are getting into pixels, or if you've been into pixels, this is a guy you've got to follow. I'll link his Twitter and his Discord in the description of this video, just to give him a shout out to putting together these great resources that I'm about to show you guys. So he's really summarized a lot of the changes in chapter 2, and we'll kind of go over his summary right now. Again, shout out to Bitamon Gaming, link him in the description below. Make sure you follow him. Shout out to him for putting together these great resources. So chapter 2, basic information. So if you're free to play, you're probably going to have a spec. It's actually really great for onboarding new players, because now you can get your spec and really put a lot of that tier 1 and tier 2 resources right there in your spec, so you don't have to bookmark a bunch of other lands. You can go to your own spec to do the leveling up. So spec upgrade costs. Your first upgrade is going to be 500 coins. Your second upgrade, 5K coins. Third is 50,000 coins, and to get the fourth upgrade is going to be 10 pixels, and the fifth upgrade is 20 pixels. The freeze is going to be a house kit, a basic mine kit, 4 whitewood trees, and 6 soils. So house upgrade cost for spec owners. Your first housing upgrade is going to be 50,000 coins. Your second will cost you 10 pixels. The task board changes. So you can do task board in your own house now. This includes specs and NFT landowners. Task board's cooldown is going to be 30 seconds. So trees softwood is now called whittlewood log. These are from the tier 1 trees. Sap can be gotten much more easily now. If you remember from chapter 1, sap was a very expensive resource. In the community marketplace, sap was going for 20,000 coins and beyond. Now sap can be very easily obtained right there on your spec, which definitely gives you access to a lot more crafting, especially in the woodworking arena. So sap is now much more easier to get. Inventory storage. So if you remember from chapter 1, this is one of the big changes that people are grappling with right now. In the old chapter 1, every storage slot, whether in your backpack, in a storage chest with your pets, you could have up to 999 items of a specific kind in each square. That has been reduced by literally by 10. So now you can only have 99 of an item in a storage spot. So this drastically reduces the amount of items you're able to carry on your person and your pets and to store in your storage chests. Now, if you've been playing the game and you have storage chests that are filled with 999 or anything higher than 99, and that includes your backpack, that includes your pets, you are still going to have that. But if you remove those chests, it's going to cause them havoc. So make sure you utilize all those resources before you start removing and putting your chest back. That's going to cause you a lot of headache if you try to do that. But as of right now, if you already had 999 items in any of your storage slots, that's going to remain. But going forward, you can only have 99 items in each storage slot. So when it comes to inventory storage, VIP landowners are going to have 7 inventory slots, and storage chests are still going to have 6 inventory slots. Skill conversion. Forestry, cooking, woodwork, and cooking remains the same. Business skill. I don't know if the Beverage Master business and Textiler merge, but in Chapter 2, the experience of the Beverage Master and Textiler will be incorporated into the business. Ceramicist has now been changed to stone shaping. Animal care is going to be beekeeping, slugger, and aviculture. Now, the Drunken Goose, wines can still be bought in the Drunken Goose, but you can still use the winery outside the Drunken Goose, so nothing has changed there. Now, the Ministry of Innovation, there are no more blueprints at the Ministry of Innovation. What they're selling now is the Infinite Portable, priced at 1 pixel. You can still use the Craft Innovation and the new machine that allows you to craft items with experience in business, woodwork, and stone shaping. There are some new industries in town as well. With the launch of Chapter 2, there is now going to be a windmill and a metalworking station in the town. A few other changes: you can now spend Pixel Coin on cosmetics in the decor store, and there is now going to be a grill and soil available at the beach, as well as a juicery where you can make shore limeade. Speaking of shore limeade and shore limes, right now it is possible again to farm shore limes during the June summer solstice. That is actually going live today, so make sure you go to the beach and get some shore limes, make some shore limeade. Great energy boost. You can only do that very select times of the year. Now, once again, everything I just told you, you can find on Binimon Gaming's Twitter feed for Pixels Online. Great resource. So here's some other stuff he put together. Tier 1 industries, new looks and new items. So here are the tier 1 industries. We got stone shaping, metalworking, woodworking, mining, cooking, trees, and a grill. For stone shaping, the items you can get is plaster, pile of plaster, brick stacks. Now, something new will be clay powder. You can now also craft basic mine kits, basic soil, basic stone shaping kits, clay powder, glass, and improved stone shaping kits, all from the tier 1 stone shaping industry. Now, metalworking is also something new. You can craft basic shears at a metalworking table. You can do copper bars, basic magnifying glass. You can also craft your own basic metalworking kit, copper screws, copperite nails, and improved metalworking kit for tier 2. Now, tier 1 woodworking, you can craft basic axe, basic pick, basic woodworking kit, bundle of planks, globules of glue. So now glue is actually made at the woodworking station and not a kiln. Kilns are gone. They're now stone crafting. Also, a new thing is sawdust. Now we can make small whittlewood chests. So these are actually require much less resources. You craft them in 1 minute instead of 1 hour. But again, each storage slot is only going to carry up to 99 units of an item instead of 999. That's a big change people are grappling with, but we just have to look at it as it's the brand new meta, and it is going to basically enhance item scarcity. Whittlewood planks is going to take the place of, wood planks. And whittlewood tree kits can also be crafted now at woodworking stations. Level 1 mining, you can now get clay matrix, which is new, Ocrux matrix, which is new, copperite ore, and grave glass matrix, which is used to make glass at your stone shaping industry. Trees. So tier 1 trees will now get you sap and whittlewood logs. And another big thing, so trees are much more abundant now. Number 1, you can put them as many as you want on your spec. Other NFT lands have a lot of trees as well. But another big change, so trees in chapter 1 would take a full 24 hours to respawn. Now the trees are respawning in just a few minutes. So there are no more scarcity of tier 1 trees. There's going to be as many tier 1 trees as you can chop. The limiting factor now is not time, but energy, because you can go through energy a lot quicker now with the abundance of trees and the abundance of mining. Another thing with the mining, so used to be you would basically use a drill one time on a mine, and then you could go back to that same mine, and every hour you could send the mining cart into the mine. You come back, and you're going to have something there in an hour. Now there's kind of a random gambling like feature where you have to use a pick every single time you mine now, and it takes energy every time you use your pick. But unfortunately, not every time you're going to get something. Sometimes the cart's going to come back right away and tell you there was nothing in the mine, so you just kind of spent some energy there with no reward. So that's also a big change you have to consider. Very easy to use up your energy right now. So I have a pixel pet with level 100 luck. That's really coming in clutch right now for the mining, because it's reducing the amount of times I use my pick and get nothing in return for it. So it's even more important than ever now to have a pixel pet with luck. So that's just another side note there. All right, so a lot of new stuff with cooking. Potberry jam. You can now make basic stove kits, blue grumpkin puree, rainbow tarts. You can make an improved stone kit for tier 2, orange grumpkin puree, potberry jam, syrup and vinegar at the cooking station. The grill, dry baby back butterberry ribs, dry honey kiss potberry chops, dry maple glazed grumpkin slabs. A lot of the same stuff with the grill right now. Again, great info put together by Binimon Gaming. Everything will be linked in the description of this video, so you can go check it out and spend a little bit more time looking at it so you can learn this stuff on your own. One more thing he put together real quick is the top 20 consumables for energy by PGA. So Butter Brew is at the top, 558 energy gain. Muck Chuck Mead, which I'm making a lot of, 326. You can make Muck Chuck, you can farm Muck Chucks in tier 2 soil, and you'll also need tier 2 shears in order to farm anything that is required tier 2. Astra Cactus Tequila, 299. Vodka, 260. Grumpkin Spice Latte, 259, and so on. Again, this will be linked in the description. Go check out his Twitter. You can take a look at all this stuff on your own. All right, guys, that's my first video on Pixels Online since the Chapter 2 release. I've got a lot of grinding to do. I'm going to spend a couple of hours each day trying to get my forestry and mining up so that I can make another video very soon showing you some of the new Tier 2 activities. And hopefully it won't take me too long to start putting Tier 3 industries on my land, and we can start showing you what that's all about. Another thing on the Pixel task board, there's now smaller amounts of pixel token being given out, like 0.1 pixel, 0.5. That allows them to give more frequent pixel rewards and help to combat inflation in the ecosystem. Again, a lot of the changes in Chapter 2 are meant to combat coin inflation, pixel coin inflation, as well as bots in the game. So a lot of these changes are going to take time for us to truly process and digest before we really see what this game is going to be like going forward. So make sure you like the video, guys. It helps me spread it around YouTube. If you haven't done it already, subscribe so you don't miss future Pixels Online video, and we'll catch you on the next one.